Oh, here's something. Yuzu on Steam Deck, Doom on a what? Hello my friends, frenemies, I am Simulkid and I'm not alone. I'm here by myself and I have a brand new video for you guys. We're going over the Reddit again. It's been about 3 days since last time, but the Steam Deck's been out a bit longer, more people are getting it, so hopefully we can get a little bit some new stuff going on here. What is this? We got fast storage. What? He just printed it out after Q2, committing a ritual to boost me to Q1. We'll get updates soon if it works. Yeah. If you're after Q2, I'm sorry, but you're not at all going to be Q1 unless they just make like 12 million units in like, 2 days, which unfortunately is not possible, but if that was possible, that would be amazing. Yeah, Elden Ring on a handheld is amazing. However, what is this? Is that space typing? That looks very familiar and really old. I don't remember this. Yeah, I think I've seen this before. Yo, the cat's got the Steam Deck, but we don't have the Steam Deck, bro. What is this mess? This is what I've been waiting to do. Ethernet. Oh, he's talking about the Ethernet speed. 1 hour and 3 minutes. So here's an interesting topic to actually talk about, right? The Ethernet speeds, because I feel like, or not even just Ethernet, but download speeds, because we are downloading like full-sized PC games on the Steam Deck. We're talking about 4K textures and all this other stuff. So it's a storage problem and it's a download speed problem because these things take a while to download. Some people get better speed than others, but I don't know. On my GPD, I think it might have Wi-Fi 6. I honestly don't know. It's a 2020 version. I'm fine with my download speeds personally. I don't think I'm gonna mind too much of having slow download speeds on a handheld, because I can go off and do something else without risking my PC's performance as it downloads. And I mean, I'll download it on my PC and on the Steam Deck at the same time. And whenever the Steam Deck one is done, my PC one is already like done by then, and I already got a little of the gameplay in, and then I switched to the deck. And unless I'm like out somewhere, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'd have to download it on the deck. Anyone got an Ethernet? But I know Valve said that they were going to allow developers to make smaller versions, alternate downloads of their game with like lower textures and stuff, to make it so if you download it on the Steam Deck, that you have a bit more storage and the game still looks good, basically the same as like the full PC version. But no developer or Valve have announced or showed anything of that yet, so we're kind of lost into that. But I like that this guy has Persona Strikers on here. That's what I really want to play on my Steam Deck. As soon as I get mine, this is definitely a game I'm downloading it. I tried playing it on my GPD, it doesn't run very well. So, I know it's going to run a lot better on here. We got a lot of pictures of people with Steam Decks. It's making me sad, but it's also like, it's finally out, you know what I mean? We got a hedgehog. We got a hedgehog looking at a Steam Deck on Elden Ring. A lot of people like that game. I don't know. I'm not like crazy about it. Diablo 2 Resurrected working on deck. I played Diablo. I think I played the third one though. I haven't played Diablo 2. Uses when Bungie don't. Yeah, so that's a whole other topic. I would make a video on that, but I feel like with these Reddit videos, I'm honestly able to get out a lot of smaller type of topics and videos in one. But a lot of companies that have anti-cheat are not supporting the Steam Deck, and it just sucks. You know what I mean? Like, the features that the Steam Deck is bringing is console-like. And a lot of PC gamers are missing stuff like quick resume. We're missing, like even like in the handheld department of resting the console, and then when you press the power button, you're back into the game. Now, if you just leave your game running, yeah, but like you do that on your computer, you don't want to do that on a handheld device, because then you know, the game's just gonna take all the battery. But you know, there's been videos saying that people with their Steam Decks, they basically tap the power button, and then they have like an hour or whatever after being at like 20% of battery. Like after an hour they were at like 15. So like the battery savings really good. I mean, especially if that was like on a game like, I don't know, like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. That's really good to have that feature. And I'm hoping that these companies see it as more of a console, and that's why they have to put their stuff on there. Because although, yes, these are PC gamers, and yes, they are going to be downloading Windows, this is opening a market, and hopefully as soon as the software gets better, more non-PC gamers are going to begin the Steam Deck to just play it because it has a bigger library of games, and they know if a new console comes out or whatever, it's still going to be using Steam, so they keep all their games. I know next-gen consoles have been doing that now with the PlayStation 5 and it being able to play PS4, but it's taken so long for them to do it. And then we got Xbox with its backwards compatibility, but that's not 100% backwards compatibility, so there's a whole lot on that. But I don't want to make the video too long about that stuff, but it is a whole discussion thing, which I would like to do either a podcast or something on, because I would like to talk more about that stuff. In case of a Steam sale, break glass. What if it's like already been used? You know what I mean? And it's only 50. Like games aren't $50 anymore. So like you're still gonna have to pay 10. So that doesn't really work. Oh, here's something. Yuzu on Steam Deck, Doom on a What? At first I thought this was gonna be about like Nintendo taking down the videos, but instead it's Doom on a present. How? Is that like, how's that possible? Anyway, we move on. Every Monday this month? Yeah, I'm really hoping I go down to Q1. Like, I hope I get it at the end of March. Like, I really am. Like, that would be great. Doing what Nintendo Prime... Okay. Yeah, they're running at 3 times the resolution. So emulation is something that I love to do on my computer. It's something I love to mess around with and play older games. And I love it, but the thing with me, if I'm going to do it on my Steam Deck at all, is very hard for me to know. Of course, I would like to see, like, if I could see Smash Brothers or something, I guess, because I have that. If I could see that run really well or whatever, then I'll probably only get that. If it can run, like, if Yuzu supports the Steam Deck enough and it can run at the like frame rate or whatever that I'm okay with, then I would definitely do that. And since everyone's using the same hardware and software, it's really easy for everyone to get the same type of performance, just like how people do on consoles. So yeah, I am interested into it. It's just hard for me to say that, you know, I'll be fine if I get the Steam Deck and download all these games, all these emulators, and you know, get the games on there without using up all my storage. I don't want to use up all my storage on my Steam Deck is basically what I'm saying. And although, yeah, I'll play these emulated games, it's just, I don't know. It's something I would have to find a different way to play. And I know there's smaller games, but it would have to be something I would have to figure out differently. Is this Half-Life? I can't tell what this is. Black Mesa runs almost perfect, save for the few graphical bugs. Yeah, that's something Proton has a good amount. I wish I got it, man. Every time I see these pictures, I wish I got it. Batman the video game. Lego Batman the video game. There's a lot of Lego games on Steam. Like, a lot. And like, I loved playing the Lego games. And honestly, I might have to get some of them. And I also might have to get, like, I want Valve to make controllers. I know that they're focused on the dock is like the only other hardware they're working on, but like I really want controllers. If I could get, you know, Steam Deck controllers, at least two, if I could have two with a carrying case or extra carrying case, I guess, that would be nice, because with that I would be able to play my games. Sorry. I'll be able to play these Lego games with my friends and stuff when going out. Which is why the Switch is so good, because of the detachable controllers, and then you just play. But I mean, if I have to bring full-size controllers, it's fine. But I would prefer to be able to like have it all in one bag, like kind of like how the Switch is. I think that if Valve did somehow try to make it sideways, with like detaching those giant things. I mean, they're not Joy-Cons, but you know what I mean, like taking that, it's taking the speaker with it. You know what I mean? It's also taking the speaker. So it's like, if they did that, it would kind of work. It wouldn't be very fun, I feel like. I feel like you would probably be having to use like the trackpad, and then you have to use the this. You'd have to use this in order for you to attack. Like this would be like Y, X, A, and then B. Like it would be weird. What is this? Quarter two, and everyone else has them. Wow. Yeah, just in case of copyright, I'm not playing the sound. Yeah, the Steam Deck is the biggest handheld, for sure. I don't. My opinion on it is I honestly don't really care. Like, yeah, if it was way too big, I would care, but I'm sure Valve and other companies that want to buy Valve software will most definitely make a smaller version. I already know that like the Aya Neo, for people that prefer that, even though it is more expensive, whenever that new Ryzen chip comes out, it's gonna be stronger or as strong as the Steam Deck for sure. Their current thing is already around the power. It just needs a bit more of a boost. But yeah, I definitely think that they'll be shipping those out with SteamOS at some point. And when they do that, plus the new hardware, it's going to be more powerful, but it's still going to be way more expensive. And I mean, it's not like Valve. You're not going to really get a lot of support for it. And you know, it's kind of like you call in for a broken thing. It's an Asian country thing, so it's kind of like, I don't know. From what I've heard, their support hasn't been the best for Aya Neo, which is a other PC handheld. But I do think that at some point we will be getting a third-party company, maybe Asus or Legion, or you know, anything else that will come out with a SteamOS handheld or whatever. That would be really good. I don't know if they would market it as a console though. That's the strange thing about it, and I think I know why Valve said keep it as a PC, or keep it called a PC instead of a console, because it's like when you have all these other devices running the same OS, because Valve puts so much work and effort into this operating system that I don't see any other PC hand manufacturer trying to make an operating system. You know what I mean? Like, other than Microsoft. Microsoft is the only team of, the only team of people I see, alright, they're gonna make a version of Windows called like Windows Gaming or something, you know what I mean? And that version of Windows is just going to still be a PC. They're gonna have it switch for desktop mode, just like how SteamOS works, but you can play your PC games. If Microsoft did that, I think that would possibly take over the Steam Deck, because for one, it's Windows and a lot of games are compatible, and if you're just talking about gaming in general, Windows is the best way to like ensure that you can play the game, because then at that point every game is verified, you know, other than just exclusive Linux games. But Yeah, that would make every game verified. So, you know, Microsoft really could just take over and just destroy the Steam Deck, but their console focus is the Xbox. And they never went in the handheld industry at all. So I think that I think that Valve didn't want to go at Microsoft Windows simply because of the fact that if they did, we would be in a situation where, oh dang, you know, now everyone's in the Microsoft ecosystem. You know, everyone's all having to pay for Windows, which is expensive. So, you know, it's like that, and no one wants to have active Windows on their handheld, activate Windows always on their screen when they're playing on a handheld device, because I'm pretty sure the lower resolution makes it bigger. So yeah, I don't really know. I think that the Steam Deck, if they went with Windows and they put a Steam overlay with it and they partnered up with Microsoft for that, although it would have been a pretty big L a bit in their part, that would have been the best move for gamers. But I feel like for the company's sake and for the sake of actually, you know, being a bit more like optimal, they went with Linux. I think it's better optimal wise of the things you can do with Linux than you can with Windows. I think Linux just performs a lot better in general. But you know, when it comes to actually just being able to play the game, which at the end of the day kind of matters most, because if you can play the game, then you're really good at that point. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think that they went for it for optimal, and also because they obviously supported and made Proton and stuff like that, so that's really why they needed that. Alright, let's look at this one last post, because I can go on for years about this. No, you can't just beat our system and emulate our games. We'll DMCA you. Mario Odyssey running at 12 FPS. It was running higher than that, like a lot higher. But yeah, I guess they're talking about before they added the Vulkan. Yeah, I've seen Mario Odyssey run at like 50, which is really close to 60. Now it is it's not like it's at the heavy moments of the game. It's probably gonna drop to like 30 at that point. And Mario Odyssey on the Switch ran at 60 FPS, I believe. So because of that, it makes it a bit harder to like run it. And I don't think emulators really allow you to run games at lower than their FPS stably. But if we could get 60 on Mario Odyssey, that would be nice. I mean, I never got or played Mario Odyssey, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I just think that's kind of interesting. I'm mainly into like Smash Brothers when I play on my Switch. But yeah, hopefully y'all did enjoy this video. I know it's another Reddit video or whatever. You know, we'll try to get some other content, but honestly, you know, content from the Reddit's still pretty good and it gets a lot of discussion going. If you do think that I should live stream, not necessarily me going through the Reddit, but just live stream kind of going over some of the Steam Deck stuff and informations and things like that, then I would like to do that as well, to kind of interact with y'all and get an idea of what you guys think for the Steam Deck and what are y'all expecting. I still don't have mine, and I won't be able to have any videos or anything on mine until a while. But if I did have my Steam Deck, I would have plugged it into a capture card to my PC and would have been recording I would have done a whole live stream, which is weird to me that no one has done that yet. Just download a whole lot of Steam OS games, get like a 3 or 4 terabyte external SD card, plug it in, and then just download all their Steam games and just live stream and just play their games like, you know, gamers do, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Right now we're kind of stuck on the people that have them aren't really having a lot of free time or use on it, or their channels are more focused on other things than solely just the Steam Deck, which is fair enough. I mean, it's kind of hard to have your channel focused on just the Steam Deck alone, which is why, of course, as I'm making Steam Deck videos, I say that, but it's why it's like, okay, you know, it's out. If updates come out, I can make a video on that, but like it's more of a post than anything else. Because it's just patch notes. It's nothing too crazy. But I do think that it's more of a case that you have to just take the Steam Deck and play this games on the Steam Deck whenever a new game comes out. But then, at that point, you're just a gameplay channel. You know what I mean? And obviously, I'm more of a personality channel. So whatever I'm talking about, whatever I want to be in the video and stuff like that. But I think Steam Deck is always going to have supportive updates and stuff. I just need to know, you know, kind of like how the market's going. I'm hyped for it myself, and even if the Steam Deck did in a way fail, I know for a fact that I'm okay when I have it because I can trust that Valve will still update it as time goes on. Even if it did fail, it's still going to be getting updates, and hey, maybe in like 15 years, like if it really was that far behind on where it needs to be, within 15 years, SteamOS could be like, you know, insane. And then people go back into the idea of getting a Steam Deck, or the Steam Decks that did exist start to sell for a lot because of the SteamOS updates, or people that just installed it onto their computer. But yeah, sorry for rambling on again. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. See you on the flip side!